relationship. The website has a long list of pages. You need to get from here to there.
Not coming out of like your post editor, like you.
I'm a list freak. I've got Omni Outliner. I use CheckBist. I like to collapse everything in Excel. So I had my developer say, can you do me a plugin that do expanding and collapsing lists in the page view? Because I get sick of adding 200, 300, 400 to the number of pages in view at any one time. So that's the primary feature we added, is expanding, collapsing lists to long lists of items in WordPress. Anytime you have a child, it automatically will detect it and add the disclosure triangle to any parent-child relationship. If you have nesting, it'll detect that as well, whatever your depth of nesting is. There's an expand all and collapse all button at the top. So that was the primary feature, to be able to just get around that list. And then once you're in that list, we need to get to work. We want to find the page you're working on. The second feature we added was being able to favorite something, and then being able to filter on favorite items. Because I'm working on those 3 pages this week. I don't want to look through the list at all.
Favorites are user specific?
The user specific. Everything's user specific. So your favorites are different from her favorites. They're different from his collapsed view and expanded view. The state goes with the user.
This plugin's in the repository?
Right now it's a commercial plugin that we're distributing. It's called Sidekick. And we're giving it away free for right now for everybody here. And these are my last 2. But you can go to mightydigital.com/sidekick. And that's the same information's on that ticket right there. But I figured we're digital, I'll still bring tertians. So those are some of the primary features. But even with expand and collapse and being able to filter, sometimes I still need to search for something, especially if someone else published scads of pages and they don't really remember the title. So we added a quick find feature that will match on a partial search term for the page title. It will also search on the ID, and this ID column is added by the plugin, as well as a modified date column. Because when publishing in CMS, these are kind of CMS specific functions. We often search for a post ID. We don't want to roll over every title and look in the status bar to see what the ID is. I need to find post 337. So I can filter right down to it in the same search box just by knowing the number.
Very cool.
And if I don't have the post ID or the page title, but I know the name of the author, I can search by the author name. And it's all Ajax search, it'll do it on the fly. So that was the number 2 thing, collapsing and then searching and sorting and filtering. It also works in the menus. So if you have depth of navigation, large websites, you're doing information design, you're jockeying around, changing categories all over the place. It does the same thing. Anytime there's a parent-child relationship, the plugin will automatically add the expand and collapse triangles. Expand and collapse all are still here. You'll get a child count underneath any parent item. If you delete a parent item, it will not delete the children. It respects the built-in functionality there. So we don't throw any babies out with the bathwater. One of the last things that always happens for us when we're developing new websites is we've got a website on a dev server or it's on a local site, and we have the privacy settings turned off to block the search engines. And then we migrate the database and put it on the live server, and invariably in the rush we forget to turn visibility back on until the CEO calls and says, why am I in the toilet? I used to be on page 1. We go, oops. Pay no attention, real quick. So we have a little Navbar for ourselves. It doesn't change the setting, but it just lets us know the status. Because when this database migrates to a live production site,
that's its own awesome feature. I like that.
That setting will go with it. So I call it a Swiss Army knife. I don't know if you remember Demas, he's given a talk before, a couple of meetups back. He calls it a lightsaber.
Yes.
But I can't live without it. I use it all the time. It's the first plugin I install now, just for the expand and collapse feature.
And so you said it's going to be a commercial plugin, but right now it's
available right now,
free.
And yeah, the link's available for free for download.
Are you guys using jQuery mostly to do this sort of collapsible, expandable stuff?
That one I have to ask Demas, because I'm not exactly sure how he's programmed it.
Okay.
But when you go to the download link, there'll be a link back to his website. He's actually got the plugin on his personal website right now. And you can follow the comment thread, ask him questions, give a shout. When did you finish it? It's live right now. We've got it. How long has it been? We've been using it probably for a couple months. Any bugs? There's only one minor bug that I've seen, that sometimes the view doesn't fully refresh if I'll change a parent-child relationship. It's tracked, but I'll have to reload the screen. That's the only bug I've seen so far. There's been no loss of data because it really doesn't touch the data. it's exposing other data. It doesn't monkey with your posts. Well, it works in the post editor, but there's no children. So
10 seconds!
you can still star items in the post list as well.